To be honest with you, I never really liked the limelight, even as a player. You know, I was never one that wanted to be at the forefront of newspaper articles and do a lot of stories. I'd rather just get on with what I did. So it was the fear of being exposed in the press, you know, for all to read. I am a private person really, so you know there was them reasons really, and I didn't really know where to go to, if I'm honest as well. You know, when I think about the times when I've been at my lowest ebb, I've never really thought where do you go to. I mean, I did seek help professionally through counselling for both the drug addiction that I've mentioned and also for the abuse. But in terms of bringing the story into the nation, I just didn't know where I would go and how I would go about and do it, if I'm honest.
It's difficult to ask, but for those who don't know, can I just ask you again, just tell us what happened back then?
Well, I played for a Sunday league team, and the manager who used to pick us up in his car because my parents didn't have a car, so you know, to get to games he would pick us up. He would ask if anyone wanted to steer the steering wheel in them days. You would sit across the gear stick and he would then start touching you. And I guess depending on your reaction was, you know, was his way of who he was going to target. Then he would manipulate his way into your home by befriending your family, while secretly starting to abuse you more and more, and then threatening you with certainly in my case, he was threatening that he'd kill my parents and my two brothers if I ever spoke out about this. I did try to tell my parents in my own way, because I was a happy-go-lucky child, and they've said this themselves. And then I just went withdrawn and didn't speak for almost a year. And I guess that was my way of trying to say something's not right here. But, you know, it was such a taboo subject in, you know, 40 odd years ago. And in some cases that I've read, the child was often blamed for it and not the abuser. You know, when it's happened within a family unit, then, you know, I've seen that parents have stood by the whoever, brothers, cousins, and the child has been the one that's been led to, you know, the blame on, if you will. He'd pick me up from school and take me to his house. Any which way he could manipulate the situation.
Now, for legal reasons, you can't name that man, but it wasn't Barry Bennell. It was not him.
No, it wasn't Barry Bennell. No.
Did he ever refer to Bennell?
Yes, many times. Almost trying to justify that it was okay to be done because he was doing it.
Looking back now, what does that make you think about the possibility that there was some kind of network?
Yeah, obviously I cannot name names that have been branded about because of legal reasons. Mm-hmm. But I know of two other people that were within the game that were doing the same thing to kids, along with Barry Bennell and the man that I can't name that did it to me. So I can't believe that they weren't, you know, somehow associated. I can't 100% guarantee that, but if I was a betting man, I would believe that they were all in cahoots.
You think they shared information? They collaborated?
I would have thought so, yeah.